Okay, it's Thursday, January 20th after the market closed. I'm doing a little homework, analyzing a bunch of stocks. I just posted a couple of videos on AMD and Tesla, and now I wanted to go over JD, which is one of the Chinese retail stocks that happens to be strong here. And you can see on the daily chart, it's been going up for the last few weeks. So for some reason, these Chinese stocks are doing okay. I'm not saying I want to buy them, but nevertheless, still want to go through all the progressions on the different time frames and kind of show what's developed and what some of the good trades have been. And this one's interesting because, like many stocks, currently this one was going down for a while, and I'll kind of show you what a reversal looks like. So when you see it here, this is the weekly chart, by the way. This is what you can look for in a lot of the other stocks that are dropping right now to know when it might be a good time to start buying again. So we'll get to that. But what I wanted to show you, and then I have some lines in here that I actually had on some targets, but actually I'll drop them in as I go through it so you can kind of see, because it gets kind of confusing if they're all laid out ahead of time. But I guess what I wanted to show here, going to the monthly chart, you always do that with these stocks. And you can see here, after kind of going lower for a while, and then into last year it was going sideways, it did try to break out higher. So you can see here, this was a 2-up month. And what I'm kind of showing here, I'm just going through these last 3 months to show you kind of what developed if you were tracking a stock like this. You can see here that, yeah, it was a 2-up green month, but it certainly closed with a bit of a selling tail here. But at that moment, it's still green and you're 2-up, and, you could be heading back up to these highs. But let's show you how this reversed down and now why things have reversed back up. So when we're here in this particular month, this moment, let me go to the, at the weekly chart, that's right in this area you're heading up. So what happens is you do end up getting a, green week, and then this pause week. It's a 2-up week, but you can see it's a big pause bar. And then we start with the 2 down. So even in the uptrend at the moment, until the monthly chart low is taken out, this is just a pause bar. But then the 2 down is like stay away at the moment. You still may be looking higher. I don't know. I don't want to show you what targets were hit already or not. Hey, we'll look at that on the way down. But you have so right here you have the the 2-up, 2 down kind of breakout here. And if I go to the daily chart, that's right over here, the yellow, the red line, and kind of on the last day of the month, it broke down. So this started this weekly, 2 down. And what you do at that point is you go to the weekly chart and you have a target in mind. Once it breaks this 2 down, right here's your next target. So now we go to the daily chart and we see what's going on here. So what you have is the next day kind of it looked like an inside day, and then you had a great sell here on Tuesday of that week, and it eventually, it kind of almost hit that target, and then boom, it went through it. It gapped down, so that target's hit. So once this target's hit on the weekly chart, you now are looking for, my eyes aren't great, down in here, okay? And that actually aligns with what I wanted to show you, is that at that point in time, once you're coming down, that will trigger, if this target's hit on the weekly and you're expecting it to go there, that's going to trigger a 2 down on the month. And that's why it's kind of exciting to start getting short in here, because now your next target also aligns with a higher time frame target, which will start, then once you hit the 2 down month, you're going to be targeting this area on the monthly chart. So anyway, we're looking at that in here. Once we gap down, we actually hit that target. Okay, so right on this day. And then you can see it kind of, it paused a little bit. A little buying came in, because that's what price does. It hits these targets, and then it's a question, is it going to broaden and then start all the way back up? Or is it going to continue down to, further targets? In this case, all you had to do is go to the weekly chart when it was coming down to that second, target here, and look at the weekly chart to see if you can get it. As long as it stay below the midpoint of that, you can see here we're not getting a 2 down. That might lead to a 3 bar. We might get, it's kind of ending up as an inside bar. It's not like we got a 2 down and potential 2 up. All this little rally was to start this week was a little inside action here. So until this weekly chart really turns around, you're still looking for this next target to take place. And let's see where that is. Let me bring it up here, because once we broke through this on the weekly target, oh, look at that. It goes all the way down here. See, in other words, once you broke through this target right over here, you're coming all the way down here for the next target. So on this chart, that's right in this area right here. So you're breaking through here, which was a key break because this was the monthly and the weekly. And now you're looking for trades down to here. And what happened? Price kind of rallied up a little bit. Like I said, this was an inside week. And then there were all kinds of sell signals in here. I mean, I could see an inside daily day go short. And anyway, it hits that target. So all of this, whether it's day trading, swing trading, you're excited to go short. Now you hit this target. Okay, that's the weekly target. Let me get it here. What's next? Whoops, it's all the way down. Okay, where am I? I don't want to get lost. Oh, we hit this target. Now we are targeting, we go back all the way down here. Okay, and what I'll show you in a second is this yellow line's critical because this was that monthly target. If we go back on the monthly chart, that shows you, you know, once you broke this, well, it's the next month after where I'm going to show you where we're reversing up once we failed going down. But anyway, so that keep that yellow line in mind. For now, that's not important. That's important when we get over here and start reversing up. So we're breaking through here, and now we're targeting all the way down here to this bar, okay? So that is this, we broke through here, and now we're targeting this line over here. And you can see, you know, I can go through day by day and show you the opportunities. You know, there are good inside day short coming up. You're not really, again, the weekly chart is not turning up in any way, shape, or form, so we're still targeting these lows down here. And the way it developed was, came down, red bar. This looked like it was trying to reverse, but it never really got a 2 up. And then eventually we took out this target down here, and it lined up with taking out the entire everything, the monthly target. You know, once you broke through this, once you came here and took out these two lows, you were targeting this monthly low, you took that out, and then you had a monthly low before here. You took everything out on this day right here. So now the question is, okay, once you take that all out, I mean, at this point on the weekly chart, I really got to zoom it out and look back for next targets down here that might happen. On the monthly chart, when you took that out, I'm looking somewhere down here. There's other targets maybe to hit, but you know, you did broaden out. Now what happened, just to get fine, you know, to end this video, you had an amazing, it's hard to see it here, but you had a really big reversal. Once you hit all these targets, you had a big reversal week. And that was kind of the key to the start of these, you know, the next 2 weeks that have gone up. And on the daily chart, you know, it all starts as just a simple, you know, 2 down, 2 up kind of thing. Now, the question is, would you want here? This was the monthly 2 down bar. So once you came here, you're going monthly 2 down, and this is what I'm getting at. So then this next bar kind of starts back up into that monthly range. You know, that's what I'm saying. You went 2 down to start the month, and then you immediately started up on this daily chart. So I'm not saying necessarily to buy it here, thinking we've just broadened down and we're going to immediately turn up. You want that weekly chart to turn up. That happened by the end of the week. So you could see on the weekly chart, it was just a great reversal bar. You didn't know that. Well, it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This was Thursday when you got the first potential buy. And then by Friday, you saw you had a great reversal week. So this was a sign to try to get to go long because you think the weekly chart's now turning up. Anyway, then you get the 2 up week, and that starts the entire new, you know, trend back up right in here on this first day of the, you know, and at that point you're targeting, once you hit this bar, you're targeting up here on the daily chart. And then once you get through there, you're targeting here, price hit it, then you're targeting here, and price went up and hit all those. So you can see on this, in 1 or 2 days, it hit all these targets on the upside. And now you can start looking at the weekly chart, and we're targeting here, we hit that. So now that we kind of hit up here, what's interesting is this became the 50% rule on the monthly chart. So all of a sudden, 2 down, we failed, we're heading up, we go above the 50% bar of that bar. So now you see we could be heading all the way back up top. But the very next target here, since this weekly chart seems to have found some selling up here, is all the way back. Let me move this line up here. And that equates, that's kind of the broadening that might be happening. So right now, as long as this weekly chart, we might pause a little bit because of this selling action in here. And what you had here today, by the way, was a big reversal bar to the down. We did gap up. That's what I wanted to show you. All these Chinese stocks were strong. You gapped up big, but then you had a reversal day. So you're definitely expecting some down action into this gap. But you really know that the monthly chart has a 50% rule to the top. Your next weekly target, since you took this out, is all the way up here. So you still got to be excited to buy this stock in some form and seeing if we work up here. The way that will not work out is if, this whole weekly chart in some form, either we get we by the end of the week, we might get a failed attempt up and go 50%. We might get a 1 up, a 2 up, and a 2 down. You can get an inside bar here, a big reverse, something, and then you can start lower. I mean, whatever it is, and as long as that's not happening, keep looking for buy trades now up to this target. That's what I'm getting at. So you have this stock on watch as one of the buy candidates, and expecting actually tomorrow to go lower. But I don't think you want to short into this. It could be a quick day trade type of thing because if it opens up weak, it could fall into this gap. If it goes below this on a 2 down, you are targeting this area. The beautiful thing would be if knowing you're targeting this little low here in the very short term when we come down, if price just comes down on the daily and can't reach that target and then starts up with some kind of 2 up, that gives you the confidence to know that you're still in sync with this upper target up here. So that's kind of what we're looking for now. Not to buy, this is a weekday, so you're not going to buy tomorrow, but you're going to see when it comes down, what you really expect it to, can you take out these daily targets? If you can't, then definitely look for the reversal to go long. If you do, it's just a little broadening action, maybe to take out these lows and immediately start back up. And you just want to make sure this weekly chart kind of holds up. You don't really get too far below the midpoint of that bar. You don't have some crazy looking reversal week or anything like that. So that's it. I mean, I'm just showing you how when these stocks are coming down, what the reversals look like. Here was a reversal to the downside. Here was a reversal to the upside. And you had targets, and there were some great day trades in here. And now, you kind of missed these first moves to these targets. But now it's setting up, in my opinion, if we can just be patient, watch this, let it pull back, and we'll look for buy signals to develop. That's kind of your mindset. So a little lengthy here, but that's JD. And again, this is the type of homework I try to do for every stock. So you can kind of have a watch list of what to look for, and then you just wait for good signals.